Welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be focusing on finding a product of a polynomial and a monomial. We're going to show that mastery in class again by scoring at least an 80% on an exit ticket. Now, the key words that we need to keep in mind here. A polynomial, poly is your prefix, which means many. We can have many different terms. However, a monomial has the prefix mono, which means one. So we are taking a polynomial, which is however many terms, could be 2, 3, 4, 5, doesn't matter, times a monomial, which is one single term. Hopefully you have your flip book in front of you. If you don't, take out a piece of paper so that you can copy down these notes. Now, when we multiply a polynomial times a monomial, the first thing we need to do is distribute. We're going to multiply the coefficients together and multiply the variables, which means we're adding the exponents. From there, just like when we add and subtract, we're going to combine our like terms. Keep in mind when we do this, we want it to be not only alphabetical order, but also descending order. Now, if we look at our examples, we have 9x, we distributed it to the 4x and to the 2. Well, 9x times 4x is 36x squared because both have an exponent of 1. And 9x times 2 is 18x. The one at the bottom, we're distributing this negative 3x squared to all of our terms. We end up with 12x to the 4th, 30x cubed, and negative 36x squared. Again, they're in descending order. Make sure you keep it that way. Now, if we look at our examples, we have 6v times v plus 3. Now, that's a monomial times a binomial. A binomial is 2. It's still considered a polynomial, so we can still do that. So I'm going to take my 6v, and I'm going to distribute it to both terms. Well, 6 times 2 gives me a coefficient of 12, and v times v, if we add our exponents, that gives me v squared. Again, I'm going to do 6v times 3. Well, 6 times 3 gives me a coefficient of 18, and there's still just one v left. I'm in alphabetical and descending order, so that's our final answer. Now, number 2, we just have a 7 out front, but we're still going to do the same thing. We want to distribute it to both terms inside the parentheses. 7 times negative 5 gives me negative 35, and we're going to keep the v cubed with it. Minus 7 times 8 gives me 56, and we're going to keep the v with it. My exponents are still in descending order, so we're good. That's our final answer. And I apologize for the numbering, but our second number 1, we have 2x squared on the outside, minus 2x squared, minus 3 on the inside, so we're going to distribute that 2x squared. Well, 2 times negative 2 is negative 4. X squared and x squared, if you add 2 plus 2, you get to the 4th power. 2 times a negative 3 is negative 6. Doesn't have any x's, so we're going to leave x squared on it. That becomes our final answer. Our exponents are in descending order. So we have negative 4 x to the 4th minus 6x squared. Now, if we look at our second number 2, we have a negative 2x out in front. There's 4 terms on the inside, so we're going to distribute that negative 2x to all 4 terms. It does not matter how many you have. Negative 2 times 11 gives me negative 22. X and x to the 3rd, 3 plus 1 is 4, so to the 4th power. Negative 2 times negative 10 gives me a positive 20. This is going to become x to the 3rd because 2 plus 1 gives me that 3. Well, negative 2 times a positive 4 is negative 8. X to the 4th. And my final term, negative 2 times positive 6, is negative 12 x squared. Now, if we look, I need to combine like terms. I have a negative 8x to the 4th and a negative 22x to the 4th. So that gives me negative 30 x to the 4th plus 20 x to the 3rd minus 12x squared. Now that I've combined all my like terms and my exponents are in descending order, that's my final answer. If you leave it as the answer above, technically you are wrong. You did not finish your problem. Make sure you combine those like terms. Now, our final problem. We have an 11x on the outside. Again, we're going to distribute to all 4 terms on the inside. 11 times negative 5 is negative 55. X to the third plus x to the first gives me x to the fourth. I have 11 times positive 8, which is positive 88. X times x squared is x cubed. 11 times 9 is 99. We're going to have x squared. And then 11 times 8 is 88, and it's just going to be an x since there is no x on the 8. Please make sure when you're doing these problems, as easy as they seem, because we've been doing distributing a lot, please make sure you distribute to every single number in your polynomial. Always multiply the coefficients, but make sure you're adding your exponents. The laws of exponents still apply. Please bring your notes and any questions you have to class tomorrow. I look forward to seeing you then.